Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who are just stumbling on this video, my name is Zaina. I'm here to do the assumptions video. So I wanted to kind of combine assumptions about me and questions that you guys have asked me on my Instagram. If you guys are not following me on my Instagram, what are you doing? I want to start off this video by going through some basic information that I get asked on the daily. I live in Toronto, Canada. I'm 22 years old. My background. So I get this question like daily. Where are you from? Where are you from? So I am half Syrian and half Egyptian. My mom is Syrian and my dad is Egyptian. And yeah, that is just a little bit about me. I have my phone with me and I have all of your assumptions and all of your questions. So I'm excited. So let's jump right in. When is your wedding? Girl, can I just like get engaged first before my wedding? Like, I need a ring on my finger before I can get married, okay? Oh yeah, what do we think about this turban look? I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it for the summer. It's super light. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you want a tutorial, let your girl know. Okay. Next question. Can you do a makeup tutorial because your makeup is lovely? You guys don't even know how much that means to me because I think that I am the worst at doing makeup. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know how I go out of my house looking normal. But sure, I mean, if you guys want me to do a makeup tutorial, I would love to. I just don't know if you'd learn anything because your girl sucks at doing makeup. Next question, your age. So like I said, I'm 22 years old. I'll be 23 in September. I'm gonna mix some questions in with some assumptions. So for the assumptions, you guys were so sweet. I was literally expecting like the worst assumptions that you guys have of me, but most of your assumptions were super sweet and super kind. So thank you guys so much for being so sweet and so kind. First time I met you, you're beautiful and super organized. Thank you. Okay, so I am super organized in certain things. Like if you guys see my room right now, like it is disgusting. Like it is absolutely disgusting. It literally looks like a volcano erupted and threw up everywhere in my room. But when it comes to my business or when it comes to any events that I put on or anything that I'm like doing myself into like career-wise, I am super organized. I'm super detail oriented and I like everything to be a certain way because I'm the face behind it, so I want to make a good impression, of course. I am organized in some situations, and in other situations, I'm a complete hot mess. Okay. Next assumption, you want to live an independent life. That's what I think. P.S. Love you loads. Love you too. Yes, I'm definitely very independent. Certain situations in your life shape who you are as a person. I definitely want to, you know, be financially independent. I don't want to work for anybody. Like, honestly, guys, like just the thought of me being an employee and like working for somebody like literally makes me want to cry. I literally it just like gives me anxiety and I'm like, I literally want to cry. From day one, I was like, I am not gonna work for anybody. Hopefully I'll be able to kind of start something on my own and allow it to flourish, allow it to grow, because I cannot be micromanaged. Like that's just not my character. So definitely, I do want to live an independent life. Financially, I'm not trying to be like alone. Okay, I'm not trying to be alone, girl. Next assumption is you talk a lot. No, actually, I don't talk a lot. I usually listen more than I talk. Okay, I'm always tired. Okay, you guys, I am always tired. So sometimes even when I'm hanging out with my friends and I'm like super tired, I'm just like, I don't want to go home because I still want to hang out with them, but I just want to like lay down, close my eyes and just listen to what they're talking about. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do anything. I just want to listen. But it just depends. Like other times if I'm really happy or I'm in a really good mood, then maybe I'll be like super talkative and like super annoying. My friends will vouch for that. And a lot of the times when I'm like super excited or super happy, I get really loud. Like really loud. It just depends on the situation. Next assumption, you were probably annoying in high school. Okay, the person that assumed this did not go to my high school, so they don't know if I was or if I wasn't. It's just an assumption, but like, I don't think I was annoying in high school. Okay, I feel like everyone is annoying. Like, everyone can be annoying. You know what I mean? And especially when you're in high school, you're young. No, I was probably so annoying. No, and you know why I say that? Because now I drive to the same like McDonald's that I always used to go to in high school, and I would see like students that went to my high school there, and I would literally just look at them and like look at like just creep them and like see what they're doing, like hear what they're talking about, and I'm like, oh my god, was I like that? Like, was I this dumb? Was I this annoying? So probably you're right. I was probably annoying in high school. And when you're in high school, like, you're following everybody else. Like, you're literally just doing what everybody else is doing. You're saying what everybody else is saying. Like, even the slang, like some of the things that I hear like people say right now, like kids in high school, I'm like, oh my god, like it really sounds so dumb. Like I was one of those idiots that talked like this. I was one of those like dumbasses that did that. So yeah, I probably was annoying in high school. Next question. Do you Facetune your pictures? Okay, so to be honest, I've only heard of Facetune very recently. I'm very late on the bandwagon, you guys. Like I'm late on everything. I'm late on music, I'm late on movies, Netflix, all of that. I'm just a very late person. My friend Julia was like, oh my god, like look at how crazy this app is. And she literally showed me how people warp their bodies, go from no butt to like this butt. And I was like so intrigued. But no, I do not Facetune my photos at all. So what I do use though is Snapseed. I really like Snapseed because it's like an all-in-one kind of like photo editor. However, I never heavily edit my photos at all. Like for me, I feel like that is really cringy. Like you should not be doing that, because when people see you in real life and they either don't recognize you or you look really different to them, like that's so embarrassing. Like what are you doing? Like it's just Instagram, it's just YouTube, like it's not a big deal. So I never understand people that heavily edit their photos. Like, don't you get worried that like people are gonna see you in public and be like whoa, like who are you? Like, no. So I don't use Facetune, I just use Snapseed. Snapseed is really great because it's like I said, it's an all-in-one. And if you guys look on my Instagram photos, there's a lot of photos where I have like pimples everywhere on my face, or like even sometimes I'll actually mention it in the comments because I really don't care. Like it's not something that I'm insecure about. It's not something that makes me feel self-conscious. To be honest, I'm a very confident person and I do have pretty thick skin. So yeah, it's not that serious. I do not Facetune my photos, and I do not recommend anybody to heavily edit any of your photos or anything, because honestly, like people, and by the way, like people are not stupid. Like people know when a photo is edited or when a photo looks kind of whack. Like I don't know, like why would you put yourself in that like uncomfortable like situation? Like just be who you are, like be authentic to yourself. That's, I don't know, that's my opinion. How did you create your business? Did you need a lot of money to do so? So for those who don't know, I have an event planning business, and I basically put on women empowerment events throughout the city. So I'm gonna need a drum roll please to let you guys know how much money I've invested into my business. I've invested $0. $0 I have invested into my business. If you guys want a more in-depth video on how to start a business, kind of like my experience in starting my own business, please let me know, because I just don't want this video to be too long. So yeah, if you guys are interested in me talking more about like starting my own business and kind of like how to get you guys to do the same thing, if you're interested, please leave a comment and let me know. Next assumption is grounded soul, loving, and has a sense of humor. Like, you see what I mean, you guys? Your assumptions are so sweet. I definitely do have a sense of humor. I love to laugh, and I love to make other people laugh. And my friends and I, it's so funny, every time I hang out with my two best friends, Julie and Julia, we always compete to see who's funnier. And I'm always like, no, I'm the funnier person, I'm the funnier friend. Because I honestly love to laugh, and I love to make people laugh, and laughter is the best medicine of all. Laughter is the best medicine. Next assumption, you was wild in high school. Next. One of the questions that was asked was, what did you study in university? Some advices. I'm graduating next week and I have no idea. I graduated June of 2018. I went to the University of Toronto and I did a major in communication technology. So it's pretty broad. It's a pretty broad field. You basically study how to connect with, you know, people through the internet. So whether it's online marketing, whether it's social media, whether it's photography, so it's a media field of study. And I also did a double minor in English literature and history of religions, which I loved. I loved taking English because we got to read such amazing novels and we got to like analyze. And for me, I loved writing essays. Like I could write essays all day, every day. I'll just be like I could write essays all day. I loved it. Girl, I was, okay, like my grades were definitely in the 80s. Not 90s, but definitely in the 80s. What was the second part of that? Oh, some advice. I'm graduating next week. Oh, like some advice for like after university? Girl, I'm the wrong person to ask because I have literally been out of university for a year and I haven't done shit. Well, I wanted to take my business more seriously, so for Run the World, Fashion Show and Night Market, that's kind of what I wanted to focus on for this year. I just wanted to take a break from school. So I mean, my advice is just take your time. Like if you need a break, take a break. Like you don't need to graduate and jump right into work and start applying places. Like take time for yourself to just appreciate and acknowledge that you've graduated and acknowledge that you've, you know, worked so hard and gotten to such an amazing place. And if you need time to just chill, to collect yourself, to just kind of like reconnect with yourself, then take that time. It's gonna be way more beneficial to you and helpful to you in the long run. So that would be my advice. Just take your time and do whatever it is that you feel is needed for yourself at that time. Have you always been Muslim? And do you have any advice for someone who wants to convert? Oh, this is a deep question. Yes, praise the Lord. I've always been Muslim, and I say praise the Lord because it is such a big blessing for me. I am so proud. Literally, like sometimes I'll just be like cooking and I'll be like, thank God that I'm a Muslim, because like my faith and my religion is such a beautiful religion, and all it teaches is love, patience, acceptance, compassion, just like any other religion. But unfortunately, media has, you know, done its thing and allowed people to see it otherwise. So yes, I have always been Muslim. And do you have any advice for someone who wants to convert? First of all, I want to praise you for even sending me this message, because it takes a lot for someone to be vulnerable and say something like this. You know, this might be something that you've been thinking about for a very long time, which I'm sure it is. So I just want to applaud you for just even reaching out and sending this message to me. I don't know any converts, or I've never really spoken to one, so it's really difficult for me to kind of like give advice. But what I would say is surround yourself with a community of Muslims. So whether you go to a local mosque and just talk to the community there, they are super welcoming, and once they know that you are interested in learning more about their faith, they are going to be ecstatic and just even like so excited for you to learn about it. So find a teacher. So whether it's somebody in the community, whether it's a Muslim friend, I would just find somebody that you are comfortable with and that you can have these open conversations with, because like whether it's a teacher or a mentor, or whether it's like the actual imam of the mosque. So imam is like a equivalent to a priest at a church. So anybody that you kind of feel comfortable with and you just want to ask questions and talk to, I would highly suggest building that relationship. I would also suggest keeping away from any like religious wars in terms of like when people talk verbally. I mean, there might be a lot of people that might agree with you and might 100% support you, and there might be a lot of people that don't, and I would honestly just stick away from that. Like right now you're in a people that are kind of like in that limbo are in a very vulnerable state. So I would just suggest staying away from all that negativity and just focusing on what you want. If this is something that you want, I would block all of that out and just focus on what you want, and I would just stay away from any of these like religious arguments or debates or anything like that. It's not worth your time. I would also suggest to maintain who you are, maintain your identity. Like, yes, this is amazing, you're thinking about converting to a new faith, which is awesome, but don't lose who you are as a person, as a character, and try to kind of merge the two together. I wouldn't, you know, like if your name is Jessica, I would not change your name to like Khadija, okay? Like, it's just, if that's what you want to do, great, but I would just kind of be authentic to who you are as well. Maintain your identity. Yeah, I would just say maintain your identity and try to merge the two together. Another piece of advice that I would say is avoid being alone and avoid loneliness. Like I said, this is a very vulnerable stage and time for anybody that's kind of like in that limbo, or anybody that's thinking about converting. So I would honestly just stay away from being alone. Find a teacher, find a mentor, and just try to spend as much time with good company as possible. Avoid loneliness. Find a group of people that will uplift you and support your decision, and yeah, and just stay away from any negativity and any like religious debates. Like, you do not want to get into that. I would just stay away from anything negative and just focus on what exactly it is that you want. Oh, look at that. Next question. When is your engagement? I am way too much right now. What is the craziest thing you've ever done? I can't really share that on YouTube. Okay, honestly, like I'm making it like sound like even bigger than it is, as if I like robbed a bank or something, but okay, obviously not. But let's just say that my high school life was a lot of fun. But not as fun as other people. Like, other people went off. Like, no, I've always known my limits, but yeah, I can't really I can't really discuss more details. Next assumption, you're always happy and so optimistic. I am very optimistic. I am not a pessimist. I always like to see the good in things, and I always like to be as optimistic as possible. I hate just like drenching myself in negativity and being like, oh, this is never gonna happen. Oh, this sucks. Oh, my life sucks. Oh my God, like I can never achieve this. Like, no, I always like to be as optimistic as possible, because it honestly makes such a difference in your attitude. It makes a difference on how you view other people and how you view other situations. The assumption of me being always happy is definitely wrong. I'm not always happy, and that's just another thing I want to point out. Instagram and social media and YouTube, it's not real. You only see what creators or what YouTubers or what people on Instagram want you to see. You don't see the negative, you don't see the crappy times. So no, I'm definitely not always happy. But I am always optimistic. I try my best to be optimistic, but yeah, I'm not always happy. I go through a lot, and I mean, I feel like it's way too early to like even jump into any of that. Please, 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 please don't be fooled by anybody on Instagram or any influencer or any content creator, because it's literally all fake. Okay, again, when's your engagement and am I invited? You guys are so nosy. Next question, how did you decide to wear a hijab or a headscarf? So I think it's been like 5 years, I don't know. I decided to wear a headscarf or hijab in 2015. I've always wanted to when I was younger. I was just like super nervous, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna look so ugly, because you know, my hair was like everything to me. So it was a lot of like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And honestly, like, you know when they say, oh, like, you know, it's the right like when you meet the right person and you like fall in love with the right person, like you just know, like so cliche, but like that's literally how I felt about like wearing this scarf on my head. Like I just knew that I wanted to. And the best advice that I would give anybody that's interested, or anybody that, you know, just wants to like wear it, set a timeline or set a specific day. So for me, like I always said I wanted to, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'll just like do it at the end of the month, or like, oh yeah, I'll do it like in October. And then and October would come and I would never do it. So what I decided to do was I was like, no, okay, January 1st, this specific day, January 1st, 2015, 9 a.m. in the morning is when I'm gonna wake up, and it's gonna be like new year, new me. I'm gonna wear a hijab. So I set a specific day for myself, and I prayed a lot before, because I was super scared that the day was gonna come and I would chicken out. And I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want any expectations, and I just didn't want anybody's like 2 cents. I didn't want anybody's opinion, because I knew this was something personal and this was something that I wanted to do. So yeah, I didn't tell anybody. I just prayed a lot. I prayed every single day before January 1st, so that when January came along, it was like normal. Like I woke up and I was like, okay, like it was normal. Like I did not feel any different. So yeah, that's kind of like how it happened. Once you realize why you're doing it, it all makes sense. And this is the thing, like with my faith, everything that I do, I don't do it just because I was born into it. They do things because of culture, or they do things because of tradition, or oh yeah, my parents are Christian, or oh yeah, my parents are Muslim, which is like why I am. You know what I mean? But like we have our own brains to think for ourselves. And for me, everything just makes sense. I just feel like this inner peace inside. So I know it like sounds like super weird, but it's the truth. It's the honest truth. Oh my god, I really need to use the bathroom. Okay. Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you want me to do any makeup tutorials or any specific videos, or just me talking about my business, please leave a comment below and just let me know. I would love to film whatever you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Like a lot of people literally.